As intense music plays in the background, the moment the bell rings, Masto blazes into the classroom and lunges for me. I instinctively crawl beneath the desk, bracing myself with the full measure of his fury. You! I glance around the classroom. Yahiko is staring blankly at Masato. Elizabeth is once again immersed in conversation with her groupies, and Misaki is Misaki. I wave frantically in her direction, but she's too immersed in her phone to pay me any heed. You know how many days you skip track? 3? Oops. Okay. Wrong. The answer is too many. Hey, look, I've been busy. Like how you've been? Busy with what? Napping? Eating? Thinking? It's got a point. You disappoint me, man. Yeah, join the club. Damn it, just stop ditching. Well, I don't blame him. Oh, Ryui strides into the room. She hesitates when she sees Misaki, but shakes it off in the blink of an eye. What makes you say that, eh? Well, you know, all you talk about is track. Yama's probably tired of hearing it by now. But I don't just run, I can swim too, and do basketball. She ignores him and the approaching Misaki and smiles gently at me. Don't worry, Mr. Ryota says that you're not in trouble. Mr. Ryota? Why would... Oh right, Shoji, the fight. But that's not what's important right now. She has to save me from Masato. Say Ryui, don't you think it's awfully late and we should be... But Misaki rushes in front of me, reaching for Yui's hands. Ryui, I need to speak to you about... Ryui only steps back from both of us, staring blankly at Misaki. Why won't you listen? I told you the other day to leave me alone. It's you who isn't listening. She whips around on one heel and marches out of the room. Oh, shuck it. This too what? How you say that? This too ill to degrade. Nani? Ah, shuck it. This too degrade. This too degrade. This too ill to degrade. Wait, well, what do you just... I don't know, I assume that's some sort of accent, but I'm not sure what it was exactly, though. But she flies past me and sprints out of the room, right on Ryui's heels. Masato stares wordlessly at her back, mouth agape. That girl. Miyazaki. She was talking straight. Talking what? Nothing. Ain't nothing. Wait, did you understand her? Ah, hang it. You're changing the subject again, aren't you? But what? Me? No. You gotta come back to track, man. I'll drag you there myself. Time to resort to drastic measures, since I was ditched by everyone. Actually, where did Yahiko go? That's weird. Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, would you look at the time? I gotta go. Don't do it, man, don't... I promptly run for my life, lunging over desks and chairs and bowling down the hallway. There's only one safe place from being bulldozed by his fury, one place that could be a haven for a refugee. I slam my fist against the door, ignoring the bewildered stares of passing students. I'm assuming rooftop? Well, actually, not the rooftop. I was thinking, like, is it usually the rooftop, right? The high school anime trope, you run away to the rooftop, but it's actually not. He's going to Mr. Ryota's room, or Mr. Ryota's office, anyway. Mr. Ryota, open up before I die! Ah, dynamic kid. Why do you always have to interrupt me in the middle of a battle? He's busy with video games. Nevertheless, the door creaks open. I jump in and kick it shut, twisting the lock with what may or may not have been little more force than necessary. We escaped. And, actually... What did Misaki... Like, Misaki was talking straight? So... I wonder why. And Masato, I mean, apparently Masato knows as well, which kind of makes sense, because we did learn that, or at least, I don't know, I guess the implication was that since Masato doesn't have a lot of spending cash, he's not like exactly a rich person, right? He doesn't come from a rich background. So it would make sense that, I guess, he knows street talk, you know? And apparently Misaki does too. So did she end up like, I don't know. It's like did she like end up in what's the word? In dire straits? Like financially maybe? That's why she had to move and stuff, or or is she involved in like a criminal organization? That would make sense too. So many mysteries. Mr. Ryota is staring at me with eyebrows lifted and mouth slightly agape, no doubt taking in my unkempt mass of hair and sweet beating on my forehead. First a fight, now running from someone? You just love trouble today, don't you, kid? Probably more like trouble loves me. Oh, kid. Important life lesson. Trouble only finds people who are looking for it. So basically, I deserve everything that happens to me? Bah, I didn't say that. Just that sometimes, people who want nothing more in life than to go through, do nothing significant, and pass on in peace, well, they actually want a whole lot more. I don't understand. Well then, maybe we should talk about something else. I hesitantly take a seat and glance over my shoulder. No sign of the marvelous Masa. Since you're here, I guess we better have a proper session. Why are you being chased, Too popular with the girls? As if. Well, I mean, that's actually true. He is pretty popular with the girls, technically. A lot of waifus seem to surround Yama, but I guess we're not really talking about that. We're talking about Masato Kuragane. He loves track, and I don't. So he's trying to change that. And I presume it's not working out so hot for you. Yeah, you could say that. Actually, it seems like Masato's always been on my case because of track, even the first time we met. Well, it was at last year's club recruitment day. I remember hating that time. Well, to be fair, I hated everything. But especially club recruitment day. No matter how quiet and insignificant I tried to be, someone will always call me out every minute. They try to get me to join the language club, music club, art club, or even squirrel watching club. As you can imagine, by the time I met Masato, I wanted to do nothing to do with clubs, especially from someone who frankly speaking, looked like the stereotypical idiot jock. Hey you! Contrary to popular belief, I actually did have some semblance of manners, so I stopped and turned to address this bothersome kid. Not interested. I expected some fake smile, even some pleading, but to my shock, the guy immediately pulled back his fist and socked me right in the face. Ow! What the hell? Don't give me that bull! I even said anything yet. Awful rude, but you did not even give me a chance. You know what we call that? Uncivilized. I'm uncivilized? You're the one who just punched me. Oh, you big baby. That wasn't even a gentle tap. The terrible thing was that he looked completely serious about it. To be honest, I briefly entertained the thought that he was part of an abusive household or something. Of course, the guy took my thoughtful silence for penitence and steamed ahead. That's more like it. Name's Masato. Masato Kuragane. What's yours? Leaving. You're leaving? Yeah, right now. Call me rude, but I was at my breaking point. Getting a fist straight to my nose wasn't exactly welcoming. I might have admired this guy's courage and utter disregard for social niceties, but other than that, he bugged me. A lot. Oh, I see what you did there? But you can't leave, not before you join track. Track? Hell yeah! Our club, man! It binds you for life, makes you sweat, gives you pain, stretches your physical constitution until you think you're gonna die. If this guy thought that was a great sales pitch, he had a long way to go. Yeah, not interested. That ain't all, man. Track can save your life, just like it saved mine. Saved his life? Yeah, right. Good for you. Ain't it? Track's literally a lifesaver, man. Thanks, but no thanks. Hey, where you going? I'm just getting to the best part. I cried on the inside, but patiently nodded my head. If you get good enough, you can get a scholarship. This place don't come cheap, you know. Even a little amount would help your parents. Things were beginning to make sense. Is that why you're in track? I mean, probably. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me your name. Interestingly enough, I found that I was actually beginning to like this guy. At least he wasn't superficial like everyone else. If anything, he was the opposite. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Besides, I needed something to do while Ryu was in drama. What else was I gonna join? Art? Dance? Squirrel watching? I'm Yama. Yama Ishimoto. Huh. What kind of name is that? My parents like poetry. No way. Oh gosh, he's probably gonna rant about how poetry and literature is a waste of time. Who's their favorite? Matsuo Basho? Kobayashi Issa? Or maybe foreign guys like Edgar Allan Poe or William Shakespeare? What the? You like poetry? Of course I do. Poetry's the manliest way to cry. The guys only got stranger. What about literature? Manliest way to hate people. Science? Manliest way to take stuff apart. Math. Manliest way to put stuff together. History. The manliest way to predict the future. By any chance, what are your grades? Average of 99. No way. The highest class average I ever had was a 92. This guy was smarter than me? I don't understand you at all. It's okay. You don't need to. You just gotta join track. On second thought, I didn't think he was smarter, he just studied harder. Still, it took guts and passion, and everything I didn't have. Okay, I'll try it out, but only for a little bit. I knew you'd come around. Come on, let's get to track. Ready? Don't you have other unfortunate souls to recruit? Nah, the others will take care of them. Let's go. And that was how I met Masato. I was never really a regular track member, but for some reason he always wanted me to be. Even now, I don't really understand why. He probably just wants to help people become their best. Why would he pick me? Me, when there's so many people who would love track and running and competitions and all that crap. Isn't that the whole point of picking you? Because I'm useless, so turning me into somebody useful means a lot? Nah, because you're a challenge. You know, that doesn't exactly make me feel any better. Why not? You should feel very, very loved. Oh, I do. A bit too loved. Masato probably sees you like a little cousin, or a younger brother. Do you know that? What? Masato does? Why would he do that? You know, kid, sometimes there's just nice people in the world and you shouldn't question it. And sometimes there are ulterior motives behind everything. Or rather, well, I'm Yama saying that. And sometimes there are ulterior motives behind everything. Masato Kurogane, ulterior motives. Well, that's true, I guess. It's not like Masato would fake anything. But it still doesn't make any sense. Why would he choose me, a random stranger, as his little brother? To be honest, I've usually thought of Masato as my little brother, since he's, you know, kind of obtuse and not cynical and embittered by the world. Something like that. A kind of innocence. Maybe you shouldn't be asking why your friends love you, Yama. Maybe you should be looking for ways to return that love, instead of looking for ways to deserve it. I sounded really cool, didn't I? I'm leaving. Oh, come on, kid, that was good, admit it. I admit it, I'm still leaving. He only chuckles and snaps a hand on my shoulder. Have a good day, kid. I only nod wordlessly in response as I step out of his office. My throat almost feels clogged, as if I just heard something that I really, really needed to hear. Yeah, because Yama is always trying to push his friends away, but maybe instead of doing that, you should be reciprocating that friendship, you know? That's the moral of the story, wow! Huh. Maybe these meetings really are a good thing. Ah, move those legs, you filthy maggots! Move them double time! What the heck? I peer around, searching for the source of the noise, and I find Akira racing around the entrance, a large, lumpy backpack slung over her shoulders. Oh, Sarge, pretty please, I've been running 6 miles, I swear, I'm gonna collapse. I shouldn't be able to hear you over the sound of your tears, private up to it. Akira, she's talking to herself? I gingerly step in front of her and wave to catch her attention. She grinds to a halt, tilting her head curiously at me. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm here for drama club, of course. But no one else is here. I'm doing an immersion exercise, Loot. An immersion exercise? Yep, I need to act half dead from boot camp, so I'm gonna run a mile around the school track with this backpack. A mile? But that backpack looks as big as her. Boot camp? Is that why you're calling me Loot? Or Lieutenant? Nah, I'm calling you Loot because Loot is short for Lieutenant. Well, darn my socks. Don't you catch on fast? Usually her antics would annoy me, but for some reason it's soothing right now. Like white noise in a messy world. Do you usually do things this intense for drama club? Oh no, this is easy. This is easy? You should have seen what I had to do yesterday. I was a sadistic serial killer. Anyway. What did you do for that? I ate a bunch of cereal. Oh. That kind of serial killer. I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or exasperated. Me too. Say, Loot, if you don't have anything to do right now, why don't you join us? We're doing some exercises that you might like. What makes you think I'll like them? From what Ryu says. And what exactly does she say? That you'll like the exercises? That's cyclical logic. On the contrary, it has nothing to do with bikes. Well, technically I don't have anything to do. Wait, Ryu will be there? I thought that a silent Akira would be a blessing, but it's just unsettling. Ryu has something to do today. But if you come tomorrow, you can watch her bedazzle the crowd. Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Oh, is it? You don't know what day of the week it is? It's Tuesday for my character. And in my defense, there's a half day on Saturdays. Just no clubs, which is kind of important. She doesn't seem to hear me, instead she just checks her phone for the time. Oh hey, boot camp is ending. Now what about your mile? Let's go! She reaches out and grabs my wrist, but suddenly lets go as if it's burning iron. I send a questioning look at her, but she only shrugs it off. Come, Loot, adventure awaits. Without any further explanation, she marches into the classroom building. Well, this should be interesting. Too bad Ryu isn't here. What is she doing actually? She had that talk with Ryota, right? Mr. Ryota? And Misaki chased after her? Where is she? She's not doing drama club. Oh well. Akira leads me into classroom 3A, where a dozen students are seated in a ring, looking expectantly at Akira. One of the girls immediately leaps to her feet. I recognize her as the drama club president. How have you been, maggot? You know how late it is. Immediately, Akira stumbles forward as if she's dead exhausted, the backpack sliding from her shoulders and crashing to the ground. Sorry, sir. I took a detour. A detour? What kind of detour can you take on a training course? Akira, well, is she Akira right now? Points a tremulous finger in my direction. He jumped on me, sir. Out of nowhere. I don't even know how you got here. All eyes swivel to me, waiting to see how I handle this sudden development. They're probably expecting me to dodge out, to freeze, or to just stare at them like they're a bunch of weirdos. Heck, even I'm expecting me to do something along those lines. But instead, sheer instinct takes over. Years of make-believe Ryu molds me into what is needed at the moment, a foreign spy who happens to stumble into a military operation. Sorry, I'm a tourist, lost my way. I suddenly move my hand to my hip, where my imaginary gun holster lies. Surprisingly, the club president is perceptive enough to catch it. He's a spy! Right as I pretend to whip out my gun, Akira tackles my arm, throwing me to the ground. I feel a shot of pain run up my shoulder, ripping a very real cry of agony from my throat. Ah! Akira proceeds to deftly lock my arms behind my back, leaning over until her mouth is next to my ear. Drop the gun! Through the haze of pain, I manage to hold my character together. Akira nudges my arm, gentler this time, and I yell, opening my fingers and in a releasing motion. Sir, what should I do? The cult president kneels down, looking me straight in the eye. I tilt my head forward, staring as challengingly as I possibly can. Nice one. Strangers don't usually pick up so easily. The entire room relaxes as she sits before me, bowing her head slightly. Welcome to Drama Club. I'm the club president. Sorry, you came on a pretty hectic day. No, it was interesting. Akira, could you let go of me? Akira suddenly squeaks, lunging away from me. An uncharacteristic blush curls her cheeks as she vainly attempts to cover her face with her hands. Well, it's really unusual for her, but kinda cute. Almost reminds me of Yui. I suppose they rubbed off on each other at this point. Quickly disregarding these thoughts, I focus back to my physical status and move my arm back to its regular position. It twinges painfully, and I can't hide a wince, which the club president immediately notices. Oh gosh, are you okay? I test my arm for a moment, but the pain has subsided. Probably just overstretched slightly. Nah, should be fine. It's nothing compared to what Miki's made me do before. What did Miki do? To you? Did I hurt you? I'm really sorry, Yama. No, it's fine, really. Are you sure? It's unsettling to see Akira so meek. I glance at the club president and raise an eyebrow. She seems to understand. Well, let's try some basic exercises before our next scenario. Stanislavski, magic if, everyone. Another military scenario or something? The rest of the club time is spent in playing around with different objects, pretending that pencils are bombs, chairs are clouds, and desks are shields. It's amazingly refreshing. I'd almost forgotten how fun it was to just put everything aside and enter a completely different world. Even when the club's been dismissed, I feel a sense of lightness I haven't felt in a long time. Hey, Luke. Akira pops up next to me, now returned to her cheery self. Why were you so, I guess, a little shy before? I don't understand. Hey, where are you headed? Home. Don't you live in the dorms? I live in the world, therefore anywhere I go is my home. Bizarre as always, the only thing I've grown to understand about this girl is that I'll never understand her. Right, seriously, where are you going? Come to think of it, I have no clue why I'm doing here. Catch you later, Luke. See you later. Without any further explanation, she skips away. Why is she she's sometimes cheery, but then sometimes meek? I don't understand. Well, whatever. I shrug off my confusion, accepting it as the norm when one speaks with Akira, and head back to my apartment. Except, something stops me at the entrance. By this time, all of the students are living it up in town, or doing nobody knows what in the school rec center. Nobody just hangs around the entrance. For most, the bar gates and curfew are just another sign of the restrictions instituted by helicopter parents. But beneath the shade of a tree in a far corner, I catch sight of two figures, facing each other with hands on hips. Oh, okay, there they are, Ryui and Misaki. I inch forward. The figures are none other than Misaki and Ryui, immersed in conversation. Must you keep ignoring me, Ryui? Because you've been gone for 4 years, Misaki. We didn't know where you went, even why you had to leave. All these years, Yama and I were left in the dark. For all we knew, you could have been dead. How can you expect us to act like you never left? I still don't understand how Yama can be so forgiving after he almost... You know what? I'm tired of this. Just don't ever speak to me again, Misaki. She turns to stalk off, but Misaki grabs her wrist in the blink of an eye. I'm not letting you walk away again, damn it. Do you believe that I want to leave Seto? To move to District 6 with my mother, who, by the way, doesn't even deserve to be called my mother? What I don't understand is why you're blaming me for something I couldn't control. Misaki's sudden outburst seems to catch Ryu off guard. Direct 6 doesn't deserve to be called my mother. Just what happened to Misaki after she left Seto? Hold on. This revelation of what happened to Misaki has caused me to have a dry throat, in which case I need to hydrate. So yeah, move to District 6, and if I remember correctly, District 6 is, I assume it's the poorest district in Isamu, right? So yeah, it is like it has something to do with like a financial situation, right? What happened to Misaki? Misaki, you're hurting my wrist. Oh, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have... The two girls seem to avoid each other's gazes for an awkward moment. Ryu is the first to speak, her voice coming out in barely a whisper. A half a year after you left, we gave up. We thought you'd never contact us again. I was okay, but Yama... He thought that someone had left him again. Forever. Ah! Okay, what was that? That was a bit scary. But, I think what I saw was like a family photo? Was that it? He thought that people would just keep leaving him, and no one would stay by his side. He locked himself in his room, holed himself into a shell. I couldn't reach him. No one could. Didn't trust any of us to stay. Then I dropped by his house one day, and the medicine cabinet was open, and this huge bottle was gone. You mean... Yeah, well, you know how hands-off his parents have always been. The ambulance barely made it in time. They had to start pumping him on site. That's how bad it was. At the time, I gently opened the door. No. No, that was a bad reference. Was it really that bad? So understand why I was so upset. I had no idea, Ryui. Just where were you, Miki? Why couldn't you just... Ryu breaks off and covers his face with her hands. Misaki's expressions crumples. She hesitantly reaches toward Ryui. And Ryui probably kicks her in the shin. Nani? Dummy, Miki. Why do you take so long? Yow! Why weren't you there for Yama? Why weren't you there for me? Why, I missed you. And now they're draped against each other, sobbing like newborn children. What just happened? Well, they made up. I quietly inch away from the scene, feeling the sudden sense that they need privacy. At least they made up. Well, from the looks of it, it almost seems like Ryu was just really overwhelmed from keeping secrets. My memory of that time is very faint, but hers must be crystal clear. Her terror, her anguish when she stumbled on me, must have been festering inside her all these years, because mentioning anything could have sent me over the brink. She always had to fake smiles, put me first, pick me up when I'd fallen down. Something itches in the back of my mind, a weird kind of dizziness threatening to overcome me. I force it back until I become more detached. I really, really don't want to think about that time, but thankfully I can suppress it for now. But Ryui, she was never one to hide away from her feelings. She faced that painful force. Little wonder that seeing Miki again had brought all of that to the surface. And Mickey. Or Mickey. Mickey Mouse? No, she said she moved to District 6. Excuse me. She said she moved to District 6 with Satomi. Something she hasn't told me when I first saw her 2 days ago. Why would she resent her mother so passionately? Also, why would they move to District 6, the most poverty-stricken area of Isamu? It certainly makes me curious, but then again, it's really none of my business. At least she and Ryui are friends again, so maybe now the three of us can go back to the way we were. I have a feeling, though, that because Misaki is like suddenly like coming to this school, especially this is like a rich private school, right? Or academy or whatever. Like either her financial situation improved or she's doing something, you know, to come to this school, and that something might not be a good thing. Well, I can't hide a smile as I lounge against the couch after whipping some dinner, replaying the exchange in my head. I'm glad that they've made up. Really glad. Somehow it feels like a big burden has been lifted off of me, even though I technically had nothing to do with the argument. Now I'm getting all sappy. Well, let's see. What should I do tonight? We can continue. I guess every night you can just keep watching Gover Mecher. But, I don't know. I picked it the first 2 times, but then the 3rd time I chose to text with someone and work on homework with someone. That's interesting, actually, because I do want to, like, again, I just want to interact with the characters, right? That's more interesting to me than watching another, like, silly Gover Mecher episode, to be honest. So, yeah. I'm gonna do homework with someone. Guess I should actually study. Not that I'd ever do it alone. If I'm gonna be miserable, I might as well be miserable with someone else. Alright, so get to choose. Gonna hang out with someone. Social link. We have English with Elizabeth, Japanese with Ryui, Math with Masato, Moral Studies with Yahiko, Science with Misaki, or Social Studies with Akira. I guess we can also, we hang out with Akira now, because we kinda know her. Can't hang out with Irie though. I guess we just don't have her contact information, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, like, okay, who do I choose? For one, I mean, Yahiko and Masato. I guess if you're interested in their characters, you can hang out with them. To be honest, not really. Misaki, Akira, we don't know much about her, in which case maybe it's excuse to hang out with her, but I don't know. Personally, I just want to pick my waifu. But, like, by a very small margin, my waifu with this playthrough is probably Ryui, right? And I'm also a sucker for childhood friends, to be honest. A childhood friend type. So I think I'm just gonna, do home with Ryui, I guess. And she made up with Misaki, right? So everything is fine. So why not? Let's do homework with Ryui. Ryui's always been good at Japanese. I should get her to help me. Is she gonna come over again? Yama? Hey. Did you get away from Masato? As always, considering that he's the star of the track, he runs pretty slow. Maybe he just realized that you're not worth catching. Ha, nice one. Oh, thank you. So what's up? What? I can't say hi to my best friend? This is you we're talking about. The guy who'd be too lazy to go to his own funeral. Fair point. So, I'm studying Japanese. What? Are you feeling okay? Huh? Yeah. You never study. There's a first time for everything. Including using your brain, apparently. You're on a roll today. I should write these down. In a book. It'll be a bestseller. What are we even talking about? Japanese? Well, it's kind of related, literature. Huh, please. Japanese literature never has snarky heroines. It never has heroines, period. Well, actually, there's a couple cases, like Princess Kaguya, some stories from the Tales of the Spring Rain, some Chikamatsu of Man's works. Yeah, for some reason unbeknownst to mankind, she really likes Japanese literature. Does manga count as Japanese literature? Manga is literature! No. I think I got the point. Sorry. Actually, it's kinda cute to hear her talk so passionately about what she likes, but still. Still what? Why did I even call? So, what did you need? What did I need? This is really sad, I can't even remember. Something important came up. Can I call you later? Huh? Sure. Either I'm really forgetful, or you ranting about Japanese literature distracted me. Oh, Japanese literature. Well, I don't feel like calling again, and honestly, I probably get things done faster just by studying on my own. She tends to get off topic. Even if it's cute all the while. Did I really just think that? Well, I guess we're not studying with you after all, we just called her for a bit. The sudden ring of my phone breaks me out of my thoughts. Is it another assignment? I guess so. I better answer this one. No option. I thought you could like choose not to. You could press X, but apparently not. Shigare. Ishiyama, a most intriguing circumstance has transpired and necessitates immediate reagency. I'm not going on another little goose chase if that's what you mean. I'm really sick of your riddles. Oh, I aver that this is of far more exigency than a mere preliminary. Despite myself, I'm intrigued. And what would that be? The police have come to an impasse, an exact code adjuvancy for the recent disappearances within Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy. Are you conversant with the cases? I ruefully think back to the events of the morning. Yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with the recent disappearances. Well, I should hope so, given that you attend the very institution. At any rate, you must meet me at the school tomorrow morning. We are scouring every last inch of that campus, even if it requires neglecting sleep. With luck, a crucial piece of evidence may be uncovered. Disappearances? Neglecting sleep? Evidence? What's going on? So, we're searching the academy for a lead on the recent disappearances? That is to what I previously adverted. Are you deaf or merely improficient of fathoming such elementary conceptualizations with your tawdry intellectuality? Oh my. There goes the canon of verbal abuse. I'm honestly impressed. I can't match her in that regard. But no one disturbs my sleep. No one. And you're expecting me to pull an all-nighter for this. Well, naturally, the case demands it. Well, I'm not doing that. Get some other people to help. On the contrary, as I have no qualms from neglecting sleep, you should be the one recruiting. Gather your accomplices as you deem necessary, Ishiyama, and meet by the school gates at 8 a.m. sharp. But isn't it illegal to share confidential case information with civilians? It ought to be felonious to possess such infinitesimal acumen, yet you are not incarcerated. That doesn't answer my question. Should you choose to go alone, know that you will be spending the entirety of your day in investigation. I'm not even getting paid. If you really don't want to do it, you don't have to. But we both know you're too curious for that. What's really unfair is that she's actually right. Sometimes I wish that she was oblivious and stupid. But then again, she wouldn't be Shigare. Guess I have a lot of calls to make. Alright. Are you going investigating with our buddies? When I arrive at the academy the next morning, I find a fairly sizable group of people gathered by the gate, none of them looking particularly happy with me. Well, look who actually showed up. Elizabeth's definitely the angriest. I probably shouldn't have pulled the blackmail card to get her here, but at the same time, I need as many people as I can get. You thought I wouldn't? Honestly, no. I was the guy who organized this. Why wouldn't I show up? Once an irresponsible person, always an irresponsible person. Would you like some pepper without salt? I'm just telling him how to improve. Since you are, you haven't said a single constructive thing. Does he deserve it? He doesn't bloody take anything seriously. Has he ever excelled? Ever? Is this still but that stupid project from last year? It wasn't stupid. Clearly you don't have the brains to understand. Hey, lay off her. Guys, can we just stay out of this, Yahiko? Look, Elizabeth, I've tried to just ignore you. I thought you improved because Yama stopped talking about you. But you're too stubborn to think you might be wrong. You know nothing about me. Stop shooting your mouth like an ignorant. And you come here and say that to me. You just need to lose before you spill 'em. Kinda know what you done, eh? I don't know how to speak that. For a second, I find myself double-checking whether that was indeed Misaki Kazehaya who just spoke. Judging from the fact that everyone else looks just as bewildered as me, the answer is a resounding yes. The commotion immediately comes to a halt, Masato seemingly the only person who actually registered what Misaki just said. She's right. Ain't no use in us arguing. Well, alright then. Guess that's one way to defuse an angry Masato. What makes it a little scary was how easily Misaki could do so. Elizabeth and Ryui turn away in a huff, but they stay silent. I'm not completely sure whether it's out of respect for Misaki, or if they simply don't have the energy to keep arguing. Well, this is getting off to a great start. It appears you have accrued a respectable quantity of potential peons after all, Ishiyama. And now Shigure is here, which will either fix everything or make matters much, much worse. I'm betting on the latter. Oh, Irie's here too. Wait, isn't that... Irie? What are you doing here? You! I elbow him in the ribs to shut up. He seems to understand. She's with me, obviously. I, on the other hand, have my own inquiry. By what means have you acquainted yourself with Irie Hiraga? How do I know her? Same school, remember? And yet you address her with some similitude of fellowship. So do you. How do you know her? I hold no obligation to acknowledge queries impelled by a marginally competent plebeian. With this kind of affirmation of my hard efforts, she moves into the group, examining each person from head to toe. They only stare back, unsure of how to react. Intriguing. I see. What are you doing? Shigure only returns to the center of the group without another word. My name is Shigure Enomoto. I am a freelance detective. Ain't you too young for that? I am 26 years of age, you tendentious imbecile, or tendentious imbecile, and legally certified. She flashes her badge at Masato, who only shrugs. Oh, she did have a badge. I can't remember. Did she flash the badge to us before? You're 26? Yes. Pray keep yourself from any further counterproductive disruptions. After a moment of silence, during which she takes a deep breath with Irie comfortably patting her back, she seems to regain control. You have been summoned on account of an extremely important affair. As you might expect, I cannot divulge details due to the confidential nature of the case. However, I can tell you the following. We are searching for any information that may be related to recent disappearances of Academy students. You must be meticulous, you must be witty, you must be adaptable, and above all, you must stay alive. Her words carry unusual dramatic weight. A quick glance around the area confirms my suspicions. Every person is leaning towards Shigure, a glimmer of excitement in their eyes. Even Elizabeth seems interested. Heck, I'm looking forward to this. Turns out that Shigure can be inspiring when she really wants to. Investigate all areas of the school until noon, where we shall reconvene at the garden rooftop to debrief. Leave no stone unturned. The lives of innocent citizens lie in our hands. 3, 2, 1. Break. Every person in the group tears off in every direction. Only Irie, Ryui, and Shigure remain. Ryui shuffles close to Shigure with a shy smile. I'm sorry, but would it be okay if I tagged along with you? Being a detective just sounds so cool. But, of course, only if it's okay with you and Irie. I noticed Shigure's chest puff up slightly like a proud veteran, aiming to impress the newbies. Ryui probably scored extra points by including Irie. Well, if you insist. Irie? Irie glances from Ryui to Shigure and back, the edge of her brow furrowing slightly. Shigure, noting her hesitation, tries a comforting smile. Remember? Irie stares vacantly at Shigure for a long moment, then nods, the corners of her lips rising just slightly. It's settled. What's your name? I'm Ryu Hayata. We must depart at once, Ryu. Enlightenment awaits. As she probably dashes away, Ryui on her heels. Ryui on her heels. Irie briefly glances in my direction as she follows them out. But Shigure and Irie, though, what's their relationship? I spend an idle moment relishing the fresh air against my face and the glorious serenity of silence. Then I straighten my shoulders and evaluate my surroundings, ready to start my investigation. Investigation starto!